going on, guys? It's Hippo SuperCoach back with another video. Today we're going to be discussing the COVID situation in regards to SuperCoach, in regards to footy in general, and what's going to happen with our teams. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subs. Alright, let's get into it. So, if you haven't realised already, COVID is picking up in Melbourne, unfortunately, and it's dramatically affecting our SuperCoach teams. So this is the article that came out earlier today. So SuperCoach will go ahead this weekend with modified rules. Late on Wednesday, it was still possible the match will be played in another venue. If that happens, the round will proceed as usual in SuperCoach. Another option is for the match to be postponed, and the Hawks and Suns will have a bye this weekend. If that happens, KFC SuperCoach will go back to best 18 for round 11. So it's pretty likely that we're going to have a bye this week for the Hawthorn and Gold Coast. The COVID situation is only getting worse, and it's kind of getting out of control, which is scary for the future of the league in general, and obviously everyone's health, but, you know, footy's important. So it's probably going to be best 18 this week, which helps our teams actually quite a bit. Under 18, there's no extra trades at this stage. That's an important thing. Hopefully we do get a few extra trades, considering my team is in shambles at the moment and very low on trades. So a decision to cancel the game would mean popular SuperCoach players like Impey, Mitchell and Kaczynski will be out. And I got to find where it says in the event that their prices will not change at all, non-limiting layers could be used with loopholes and traded and substituted in the final case. Yeah, okay, cool. So one thing that's a little bit worrying is they still might have a bye. And I don't like that idea at all. So they could still have that round 12 bye, which they already both had. Which means they would have 2 weeks off. Round 11 this week? Yeah, so they have 2 weeks off. Which basically rules out any Hawthorn or Gold Coast players from being traded in. I think I actually had Mitchell traded in at one point. But so we're going to discuss the trades now that we have no Hawthorn and Gold Coast players. So I feel like now it gives me the perfect excuse to trade out CJ. And we're also going to trade out Tom Powell because of his break-even of 115. We don't want to lose any more money than we already have on him. So let's have a look at who we can bring in. Now, I'm thinking I'm probably going to go with a Callum Mills as a primo for CJ. And then we're going to trade Powell out, and via DPP we'll swing Brockman into the mid. So we'll give Jordan one more week, as much as I don't want to. And if you guys haven't checked out my buy strategy video, please check that out. It's got some good insight onto a few different strategies that could be used for these buy rounds, because this is the hardest year for the buy rounds by far. Why isn't this working? So for some reason it doesn't want to let me sub. Let me see the refresh real quick. It's unusual, like this isn't working, but anyway. Trade, sub. Oh, this is great. Doesn't even let me want to sub. It want to let me sub. But anyway, so we're going to swing Powell out, and Poulter up, and then trade in Cody Waitman. I don't understand why this isn't working. But yeah, and basically the idea with Mills is we're sort of going to tank that round 14 bye. And that's really the only option we have at this point, because, like I said, if you haven't checked out my buy strategy, there we go, finally let me do it. If you haven't checked out my buy strategy, please do. It's a really important video for this year's SuperCoach, I think. I don't know if many people have talked too much about the buys. So, yeah, it's decent insight. And then here we're going to trade CJ. Now, just looking through these, so we'll go off 5 round average. So Callum Mills is on top quite comfortably with a 121 5 round average. 122 3 round average. That's also solid. Caleb Daniel's another one that's tempting, but I just can't trust him. So I think we'll pay up for Mills. As much as I don't want to pay that much. Salem's a decent pod as well. Why did he not play? Soreness. He could be a really juicy pod, actually. He takes most of the kick-ins, I believe. 120 average. 5 round average. So this is a good discussion. So we've got Salem with 20k cheaper. He's just not a proven primo. That's the thing that worries me about him. And then you've got Daniel Rich, but he's got the middle buy round, which I don't want to trade in. So Blake Harbeck's taking kick-ins, but he's got the first buy, and he plays for Hawthorn. Besides that, there's not a lot. Not a lot of options at all. Sam Doherty's tempting, but he doesn't take kick-ins. I don't like his role enough. Crisp is playing really well, actually. Got a different role this year. So I think we'll go with Callum Mills. I think he's pretty much safe to be number one defender. Even though we are paying a fair bit for him, it really helps the structure of the team. So what the buys do now is round 12. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to count Highmore. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Apparently Finn McRae's coming back, by the way, this week. Or there's a chance. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 with Cody Waitman on, which is solid. So we're going to sub Waitman on for Impey because Impey's not playing. So we got 18 there, I believe. Then round this 13-1, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a real struggle, this midfield. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So ideally the next 2 weeks are going to be trading in players from this buy round, that don't have this buy round, because we need to really fix this up. And hopefully we get some extra trades, because we're going to need them. Like seriously, I've got 11 trades left and my team's not even remotely done. So yeah, but in terms of COVID, I'm really hoping the season doesn't get shut down. I think worst case scenario, they go into a bubble and play with no crowds like they did. The artificial crowds on the TV were actually pretty good, I thought. Obviously round 1 last year was dreadful with the no sound at all, but I think we could have another season with the bubble and I'd still be pretty happy. I know we've been lucky so far with the crowds and whatnot, but I'd be happy with a season as long as the footy doesn't get shut down altogether. That would be really annoying. But that's how the team's looking for this week, guys. I will be doing my trade targets video tomorrow. If you do want to be notified when that comes out, please turn notifications on. It's this little bell icon below the video. You guys probably already know how to do that, but thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Let me know about the trades, what you guys thinking, and if you think mine are good.